Hi, everybody, and welcome to Windy Wednesday live with Adrenajen. This week's topic is all about harnesses for snow kiting. So welcome and thanks for watching. So I get asked a lot about what sort of harnesses do I use? Do I use the same ones as I do on water? Can I use a climbing harness? What other accessories do I need for my snow kite harnesses? So I thought I'd put together a bit of a talk about the different options for snow kiting. So for those of you who don't know me, g'day mate, I'm from Australia. My name is Jenny Milton, aka Adrenajen. I've been snow kiting for over 20 years and have a huge passion for teaching other people to fly kites on water and snow. I'm IKO and KA certified kite instructor. I'm a backcountry guide, ski instructor, a super nerdy gear tech. I'm best friends with the wind and a lover of sexy snowstorms. So hi, thanks again for coming today. So there's really 4 different options that most people use for snow kiting. We can use either a waist harness, a seat harness, a snow kite specific harness, or a climbing harness. Do you know the differences? Now, the other thing we have to take into consideration is how we attach our kite to our harness. So you've got the option of either a hook or a slider bar, a webbing loop, or using a carabiner. Again, do you know what those options are? I'm gonna go into more details, don't you worry. And the other thing we want to take into consideration when we're buying a harness is making sure that it fits your body shape. Everybody has a different body shape. That's why there's so many different harnesses out there on the market. It needs to provide really good back support because the kite is pulling us. We need to be able to move, kiting's, it's a beautiful sport. We need to be able to move. We need to make sure our harness doesn't ride up too far because that's going to cause problems with, not having as much control with the kite. And also it can be very uncomfortable, especially for us girls. So also when you're choosing a harness, think about what style of kiting you're going to do. Are you doing freestyle? Are you towing a sled across Greenland, for instance? Are you doing backcountry snow kiting where it needs to be lightweight? So you want to think about all of those different things when you're looking at buying a harness, or what harness you're going to use for your snow kite adventure. So a waist harness is probably the most popular harness on the market because that's what we use for kiteboarding and kite surfing. They offer, excellent back support. The benefit is we can use them on both snow and water. So if you already have one, that's a huge bonus, and you can definitely use that on snow. Now, if we are using a waist harness, we've also got another decision to make. Are we going to use a hook or a slider bar? So we can see over here, the slider bar has a little ring on it, and so therefore it slides backwards and forwards. This is really popular for kite surfing when you're in the waves because you spend a lot of time riding toe side and being twisted. So that slider bar is actually a great accessory. I love mine, and I definitely use that in the waves. Now, your other option is a seat harness. So seat harness is similar to the waist, but it's got more of a seat at the back, and it's got some leg loops on it. So this is a great harness. It can be used on water or snow. It's got the leg loops, which holds it down, so you eliminate the whole problem of the harness riding up. It offers excellent back support. In fact, you'll find that if people do have, some back issues, they will tend to choose a seat harness. And it's awesome because they never ride up. So the other harness to think about, and you may not have seen one before, is the snow kite harness. And this is what I've been using for over 10 years, and I love it. It's super, super lightweight. In fact, I can actually wear it when I'm skinning to my snow kite location, and it gives me extra back support while I'm carrying my heavy pack. It's got the leg loops, so it doesn't ride up. It's got excellent back support, which is, super important to me and many others. And you've also got an option of either using the hook or using a loop. Okay, this one here that I'm showing you here has a little red loop there, and that's where you're going to thread your carabiner through that. Now, you've also got another option in the snow kite harnesses. Ozone actually makes one with a hook and one without a hook. So you can see Deb's wearing one with the hook here. It's pretty popular with the boys up in Alaska. They love this one because it's great for freestyle. They can do unhooked maneuvers. They just feel like, oh, that metal hook's got to be strong. It's got the leg loops on it. And again, it's got that excellent back support. Now, the other option we've got is a climbing harness, and I've got lots of friends who snow kite using that climbing harness, mostly because they've already got one and it's nice and lightweight. They've got the advantages of those leg loops to stop it riding up. And the other thing you want to think about is maybe using a carabiner to hook your chicken loop through. So yes, climbing harnesses do work for snow kiting, but the only con about them is that they're not offering that great back support like the snow kite harness did. You can see it's a lot narrower here at the back rather than having that big wide one on the snow kite harness. Now, there's another option that you may or may not have heard of, and that's harness leg loops. So you can buy just the leg loops and you can add it to your waist harness. Now, this is actually the system that I use for kite surfing on the water. It stops my harness from riding up, and I've had great success with that for over 10 years. Now, Mystic, you might have heard of Mystic kiteboarding. They make these leg loops, although I have heard a rumor that they may not be. So hopefully you can find some of those around. But if you can't, it's also a great option to actually get an old climbing harness. I went to a secondhand store, got an old climbing harness, cut the leg loops off and actually just added them to my harness. So that's going to stop the problem of the harness riding up, right? And also maybe pulling your clothes up when it's cold. So that might fix that issue as well. Now you want to think about harness accessories, because a lot of the harnesses don't come with these. So it's going to be an extra purchase. You want to make sure you've got a kite knife on your harness just in case something goes wrong, so you can actually cut the lines if you need to. This Dakine one actually comes with a pouch as well. Quite a few of the harnesses, I think my Mystic one does, on the bar, it actually has a little pocket for a knife. So your harness may already have a knife. If it does, great. If it doesn't, go get yourself one. I'm a huge fan of the short kite leash here for actually attaching my kite to my harness. But I also love to have a long leash up there as well to use for emergencies. For instance, if I needed to maybe use my ski as an anchor and put it in the ground, I could wrap that long leash around it, attached to my kite. I couldn't, I might need to use that for an emergency. I've always got mine on water as well, just in case I need to hook it to my board if I'm self-rescuing and things like that. So consider having 2 different leashes is a great idea for safety. So that's the end of my Windy Wednesday presentation live with Adrenajen today on harnesses for snow kiting. If you've got any questions about it, please put them in the comments, and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and thank you so much for watching. I'm super